Hello, all you lovely people out there, and welcome to another episode of Vainglory. This is it's a post-match recording, voice recording. So I'm just commenting on a match we had here. This was a match we had where we were trying, Beefstick was really wanting to hit like a good Rona match. It's just trying to figure out Rona and make Rona work in this new patch. And we kept trying some different comps, and eventually I just said, screw it, I'll be Ardan. Like, I know how to play Ardan, so I'll just do that. And and like, I got you. I'll make you look good. I'll make you look good. It'll be good. And so, yeah, that's what started this, like, this match. That's what we were doing at the time. So, yeah, I'm going in as Ardan, just plain old support Ardan. One of my favorites. Clash Royale, leave me alone. I'm doing stuff here. Yeah, so for anyone curious, I did go ahead and turn those off. Of course, this is a recording from a while ago, so I'm still getting those pop-ups, but yeah. I finally went into settings and turned that off, so that shouldn't be appearing in like videos or streams anymore. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm just doing Ardan. I'm really comfortable with Ardan. Ardan's like, you know, top 3 for me, maybe even like my number 1 as far as like heroes I enjoy playing. Support Ardan probably wouldn't be number 1. I think Weapon Power Ardan is way more fun, but I mean, how often do you get to play Weapon Power Ardan? Not a whole lot. At least I don't. Not as much as I'd like to. But anyways, the point is, I like Ardan, so that's what I chose to go into with here. I'm actually surprised that Koshka's not higher level than me. Okay, there it goes. I was like, wait, am I messing up? Excuse me. So, yeah, so we got Rona in lane, and then Koshka and me in the jungle. It's pretty passive so far. There's Cruel coming in. I was gonna say there's Cruel on the enemy team, which can always be dangerous to mess with. Even with Koshka, like as you can see, just his regular abilities. Just doing a lot of damage. He doesn't even need items to really put a hurting on people. But this gank should... Oh, I don't know if he's going to live. Okay. Alright, he got some distance, and gank is successful. Jewel might have been able to escape, but she just tried to focus on Rona, trying to pick up that kill, and just hung around a little too long, which allowed me to just pick it up. And so, yep, back to clear. Not being super aggressive. Again, kind of worried about Cruel. Things can go south really fast in the Cruel fight. Oh no! Like, shut up. Yeah, that's the main reason why I got rid of those pop-ups, because they block the way to exit the shop. It's just super annoying. And if you try to slide it, and you don't do it properly, you accidentally click it, then it just takes you out of the game, and it's like the most frustrating thing that ever happened. Ever in the history of time. So, but yeah, so alright, farm, cool jungle footage of farm. Not a lot going on. Yep, just, you know, hyper leveling. If you don't know, just get away from your jungler, let them get the experience. So, okay, so we got Jewel. Already getting the heavy blade. I didn't quite see what Cruel has yet. But yeah, see, it's super dangerous to fight Cruel, just because of his ability to heal as well. But I mean, look, even without items, he's like just taking down Koshka so easily. Oh, he might have a little bit by now. Yeah, so basically his Cruel is just doing all that. Yes, even taking down the tank quite easily. Just with B. It hurts. But, oh, and he gets Koshka. So yeah, already getting kind of rough in the early game. Yeah, all he has is a Swift Shooter, so he's doing plenty of damage just with Swift Shooter. Excuse me, yeah. Yeah, Swift Shooter is all he has for offensive items. And then the Shiv is just, you know, is one completed item. Which is great for chase, but yeah, all that damage is just coming from his abilities. Well, he does have a crystal bit. I don't know. Did he have that before? I guess he must have, because I don't think he's been able to shop since then. So yeah, without the ability to stun him and kind of stop him from getting a lot of stacks, he's really dangerous. And of course, he's really good at ganking. So there goes the lane. Good night, Rona. Yeah, both. Yeah, I don't know. I've also had a hard time getting Rona to really do a lot. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm just not good with her anymore, or I don't know if she's just still a little lackluster this patch. From what I've heard, yeah, she's still not really strong, and from what I've played so far, I kind of feel the same way, but I mean, I haven't spent a lot of time with it. I haven't tried CP at all. And then, yeah, weapon power has just been hard to make it work. But, well, the main thing was, like, getting into the jungle. There's just a lot of stuff that's hard for Rona to deal with in the jungle. This one, we had Rona go lane, and it worked a little bit better. Since she doesn't have to deal directly with the Cruel. Cruel's got a bit of a level advantage right now. Yeah, but that's like the big thing, because I don't know, because even though like Rona's not a bad like one-on-one fighter, I mean Cruel's just a better one-on-one fighter, and so we actually get an okay engagement going on here. We're ahead for now. I take a lot of damage but manage to survive, and then kind of we just kind of we win that fight by working around Cruel, just killing his friends instead of going for Cruel. Since Cruel is basically immortal at this point. And it looks like Rona and Cruel are having a bit of a tussle. Don't know how that's going. I'm imagining it's not going super great in Rona's favor. So we both pick up a fountain at the same time. That'll be nice, as long as we can use them like effectively, where we don't pop them at the same time. But I mean, it's common for Koshka to pick up a fountain first. Actually, I probably could have picked up something else if that's the case. I could have gone go for the the storm guard and the boots kind of stuff. The things they usually pick up after fountain probably would have been fine. But whatever. I probably wasn't thinking much about what Koshka was building as far as support items go. Not that early in the game. But yeah, that wouldn't have been a bad idea either. Storm Guard could be super useful. Just in engagements and in going for objectives, of course. So yeah, Koshka is at a high enough level now to have her stun, which would be really helpful with dealing with this team, since they actually have some stuns themselves. They have 2 stuns plus the gauntlet. Yeah, me getting gauntlet will also be extremely helpful once we get to level 6. Splitting, if we can get the other team isolated from Cruel, would be really nice. Because right now we really can't contest. And we can try to go in and at least get the farm, but yeah, we can't really fight them. And no, the 3-man invade. I'm guessing. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Rona did not notice that Jewel was missing. And so that ended up being pretty bad for us. But Rona's going to go ahead, just go straight into their jungle and go for their backs, since they're just invading so hard. Yeah, I forgot how much of a rocky start this match was. Oh well. Whatever, we'll make it work. I know we can. But yeah, so here I'm just stopping the minions from getting to the turret. And that's really all I'm looking to do. Maybe pick up farm so that it doesn't get wasted. And Cruel whips his ult, luckily. And so now that we have the wave here, I can kind of stop taking minion hits. I'm still going to be babysitting until Rona gets back. But now we have Koshka to clear it, so we're good. Rona's having a bit of a fight, it looks like. Maybe to get down there. Oh yeah, okay, so go ahead and drop a gauntlet that stuns all 3 of them. Pretty proud of that gauntlet, to be honest. And we're gonna get a nice, yeah, they're gonna kind of separate. Jewel gets isolated, Cruel gets isolated, and we're just gonna clean this up quite nicely. Yeah, go team! And that helps. Now we're getting an objective. So that's really what we needed to kind of get some footing back into this game. So now we are at least in a not in a completely dire situation where we were before, where we kept getting ganked and getting all our farm taken. And there we go with the Storm Guard and boots. One of my favorite 2 items to get after Fountain. Don't always build those immediately after Fountain, but it's definitely what I like to go for if I'm feeling comfortable. Rona taking some nasty poke from Jewel, and now we get the point blank stun from. Yeah, so a lot happened right there. So we had the point blank stun from Cool. We had it looked like a whiffed gauntlet from enemy Ardan. He tried to kind of jump over the wall, I guess, and just kind of got, or he just got hung up on the geometry of the map. That was pretty fortunate. Okay, so Kashka goes down, and yeah, right as the gauntlet was trying to drop, I was trying to Vanguard Rona to help her get out of there, but it never did drop. So, well, it dropped, but like way far back. So I'm guessing he got caught up on some geometry. Cool diving hard, but it doesn't matter. He can kill tanks behind turret, no problem. And he probably, I don't know, I don't even know what I'd like to see what he actually has right now. To see just how many items he had to have to do that. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just still had just the crystal bit. And Jewel goes down, turret finally does its job. No, I don't want to see the store, I want to see the builds. Unfortunately, I'm in too much of a hurry to buy anything. I'm worried about our stuff getting stolen. I'm guessing Kashka was clearing the lane or something? I'm not sure. But anyways, now we're gonna get our farm. Yeah, kind of surprised they didn't go for the backs. They probably could have gotten them pretty comfortably. Even if not, they would have been more than fine, I think, backing off after like we showed up if they felt like they needed to. Okay, we really gotta spend this money, so yeah, buy something good. Yeah, so contraption. But for anyone who hasn't seen or heard me talk about supporting before, typically with interesting. That was a weird sword throw. Okay, so we get a split here. We got like the double gauntlets going. A lot going on. Let's go ahead. Ardan is getting focused so strangely, which is not okay. It's just not helping us. It's making me sad. Because as a support, I kind of have to just go with what everyone's doing, but like when they're focusing the tank like that, it's like, no, stop it, please. Oh, gosh, being very risky. Should have got positioned a little more behind the turret. All right. Well, this is pretty straightforward. They're just gonna start killing our turret, and I'm trying to clear farm, so they can't as well, but it doesn't matter because Cruel's just gonna use his B and just take off like a third of the turret's health. No, but anyways. So what I was trying to say is, when I support, the way I approach vision is, the more, obviously the more we're getting invaded and stuff, obviously the more vision we need. A lot of times, people are like, why don't you get vision? Get vision. And those are typically games where we're being aggressive and we're the ones invading. And yeah, so I'm just not as worried about it when we're invading, but when we have to be defensive like this, of course, vision is super crucial, and I'll oftentimes get a contraption like that quite early on. Ugh, and we really need to get a crucible. What we really need right now is a crucible and an atlas. Those are what we need next to really deal with what this team is throwing at us. And we're actually getting some pretty good fighting going in. Luckily, we had the 2 fountains, which is giving us some really great sustain in these team fights. And yeah, we're just gonna outlast basically. Very nice. As long as Cruel goes down. Cruel is the biggest problem right now for us in this match. Cruel is the scariest guy on the field for enemy team. No doubt about it. So as long as we get him handled, we're pretty much good. yeah, so like I was saying, when you're being aggressive, I feel like the money is typically better spent on items for being aggressive. Hitting that fountain sooner just can make you win those team fights, and saving those couple those 50 gold pieces here and there, they add up quick. If if you get 5 scouts, which isn't a completely absurd number over like the course of the first few minutes of the game. You might, because you might go in and grab like 2, and you'll drop 1. Like one of some of my favorite spots are, of course, the miner, and then like the Vax. You want to keep vision of that. But stuff like that, you buy 2, there. Then you buy like 2 more, 3 more here, there. Drop some in the tri-brush. Drop 1 by shop, so like some of the movement. And already you're looking at 250 gold. Okay, so we get the double gauntlets again. I get a decent stun with mine, and yep, Cruel goes down, so we're kind of in the clear now. They're starting to scatter. Very nice. I'm gonna pick up the jewel, and all the only Ardan's left, so we can kind of just do whatever we want to do from here. Take what we want to tank, or take what we want to take. Rona's gonna push. We're gonna try to get some jungle. Pretty common situation when you get an advantage like that. When you take down two team members. So that's what we're gonna do. And I keep trying to go back to this one point, and fights keep distracting me. But yeah, basically, I worry less about vision when we're being the aggressors, just because it's less needed. If seeing them doesn't change your response, then the vision doesn't matter. And if we're being aggressive, it's typically because we know we can, take them in a fight. And so yeah, okay. So what happened there? I actually remember this part. Rona kind of jumped. Well, we were kind of retreating, and then Rona just kind of started an engagement, which I was not like expecting at all. I didn't feel like it was a good time to attack, and I did not. And I had no indication that Rona was going to jump in and just try to start an engagement like that. So, and yeah, I don't know. Even if I would have reacted immediately and known that we were going to fight, I don't know if that would have gone well. I feel like we should have just kept retreating and start an engagement at a later time, maybe after hitting shop. Since we had just kind of finished kind of our aggressive state after taking 2 members down, and we had some pretty decent gold. We should have just backed off, shopped, and then kind of got another fight going later on. But anyway, so yeah, that kind of sucked, but what you gonna do? As a support, sometimes you just gotta let them make their own mistakes, I guess. Just do what you can, help them out. Yeah, so did I ever finish this thought of mine of being aggressive? Basically, yeah, just the more money you have going towards your items in those situations, it's just better. Because they're already going to be kind of... Because if you're already evading and you did well, and you got a lead, then they're already going to be a bit intimidated by you. As long as you have just good general like map awareness, where your laner kind of knows where the laner is, then you can kind of invade fairly confidently, because you're only going to be running into the jungler and the support. And if you're already a comp or in a situation where you're not, you're pretty sure you're sure you're going to win the fight, or at least really confident that you're going to win the fight, then the vision becomes less necessary. The same thing if a weak team invades on you, it's also not as scary. You need your laner to really be keeping an eye on their counterpart in the lane, so that way you can avoid 3-man stuff, because that's still, of course, you're gonna need to know when that's happening, no matter how much of a lead you have. Alright, so here is an interesting engagement. Ardan kind of catches all 3 of us in the gauntlet. Kashka is having a very hard time keeping up, and I don't gauntlet right away, and this is the reason why. I use it defensively there, which we ended up not needing. But that's another thing some people talk about too, is about my playstyle, is that they'll be confused as to why I don't gauntlet immediately. And sometimes, like in that situation, there's really not much I could have done with my gauntlet. They caught all 3 of us in their gauntlet, so trying to get a split would basically, in most cases, involve me having to jump through the enemy gauntlet, which would stun me, of course. But if I really wanted to do it, I could go ahead, wind up the gauntlet, pop Crucible, and then, you know, try to get a split that way. But it just really isn't worth it because we're already in a gauntlet. So there's the situations. That's a really good example of one where I'll save the gauntlet. And so as you saw, Koshka got focused pretty hard and had to back out really quickly. I was able to Vanguard Koshka. She got some distance. And then as Cruel chased her, I could go ahead and just drop the gauntlet, and she would have been completely safe in there. Well, I mean, not completely safe. People can get through gauntlet, but I mean, she will be relatively safe in there while we kind of finish up the fight. It keeps them from getting to her, so give her time to recover, pop her fountain, get away, whatever she needs to do to rejoin the fight or to stay alive. And so yeah, I mean, it's a defensive way of using the gauntlet, and gauntlet is a great engagement tool. That's what everybody knows it for, but I mean, you can use it defensively. It can be really useful in retreats, and it can be really useful in like those kind of situations where you can just protect somebody with it. It doesn't happen often. There's not a lot of cases where you need to like use drop gauntlet just to protect one person, but I feel like that was a pretty good example of it, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to. I felt like this was a pretty cool game to show, because I don't think I've ever got this showcase set before. So yeah, anyways, we do good in the fight. We get Kraken, push for win. Pretty basic stuff there. Not nearly as interesting as my defensive gauntlet talk. Not by any means, of course. At least I think so. Hopefully you agree. So yeah, we got to make Rona look pretty good there. 10-5-6, not bad at all. Not to say that Rona didn't play well. I just, you know, as a support, you try to get whatever praise you can. Like, oh, I did good. Please enjoy what I do. Okay. So, all right, guys. That was this episode. That is some a little bit of new stuff that I haven't talked about before about support Ardan. So, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Bye.